that specialized in brute force over the years. Perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Anawai, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing it.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody
do you go to
kicked out
school?
of it.
You're not in school? Okay.
Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. You know, that fool jumped in the pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
You got any plans after high school?
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE
if I could go back, I'll probably, it's not too late for me to go back to school.
Many felt,
you know what I'm saying? But try to get you a trade. If you don't like welding, try to do HVAC. If you don't like HVAC, do plumbing. If you don't like plumbing, there's other trades out there.
And deal out punishment.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever
you do, bro,
do not a two-time WWE
be like, man, let me take a break from high school. Because once you take that break, not from high school, but take that break before you go to college, you losing, you gonna start getting money. You're like, man, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had no money for real. Just go to school, bro. Just take what I'm telling you, bro. Just apply that shit, bro. Like, it's not all that.
The past doesn't matter. Here's where it counts.
You know what I'm saying?
Here is where it's settled.
Like, yeah, you get money, but when the economy and shit goes up, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could probably be like, man, I'm making like $25 an hour. You know, your top out might be like $30. When the economy go up, that $30 ain't really nothing, man. For experience, man, factory jobs, man, I had bad blood with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you attempt, they could fire you whenever, man. Just take what I'm saying. Like, I'm legit telling you, this is real life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know what you want to go to school for, man, go to school for, like, some general studies or something. Like, hopefully you can find what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know what you want to do, man, and you just want to work, get a trade, bro. Get a trade. I'm trying to tell you, get a trade. You know, right now I work at the post office, but I definitely would want to go back to school and probably get my HVAC, you know, be certified in HVAC. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm trying to tell you, man, just take in what I'm saying, bro. And like, you know, if you don't really see yourself really like trying to like be like an influencer or anything like that, you know, just get you a trade, bro. I know I get what you're saying, and I feel you, but that's nice that you working. Yeah, it's nice, but I'm gonna be honest, man. What happens if Trump put somebody in office and they get rid of the post office? Now I'm finna have to go back to a factory job, you know what I'm saying? And work until I get my, you know, HVAC, you know what I'm saying, certification in that, man, bro. Like if I can go back to time, bro, like you don't understand, bro. If I can go back in time, you know, I did all this. I wanted to do all this YouTube shit because I loved NBA 2K at the time. That mug became trash, so I started exploring my gaming. You know, I fuck with WWE. It could be better, you know what I'm saying? But I want to start doing shit that I don't see other people doing, like they don't make content online. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make content online. And it might be one person that I see that make content, you know, Afro, I think that's his name. But otherwise than that, bro, like, I'm for real, bro. Like, please, bro, take in what I'm saying, bro. Just go to school when you get out, bro, and try to get your HVAC license, bro, or something. Like, if your school, yeah, small Afro, yeah. But yeah, for real though, you know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass serious, bro. I'm 27. If I could go back in time, bro, I would do, like, I would legit do all this over, because now I know 2K ain't been the same since 2K16, man. Like, dead ass, bro. Like, I would have took that time and did something else, bro. On some real shit.
From King of the Ring 1993.
Start off the match, you know, where Hogan was some left Hogan. Okay.
Alongside Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, where Yokozuna hopes to regain the WWE Championship he lost in record time to Hulk Hogan.
Both men coming in with so much to prove. Hogan wants to prove his controversial WrestleMania win was no fluke. And he's also promised to finally slam the 550-pound giant right through the ring.
Yokozuna wants to erase the memory of his initial time.
Wait. I got 30 seconds to do what? Trap Hogan in the corner and unleash 2 heavy attacks in 30 seconds.
Right, that lasted mere seconds. He knows that a fresh Yokozuna can beat a fresh Hulk Hogan, and tonight is the chance to prove it. And a heel.
Some folks thought Bret Hart should have had this rematch against Hogan, but the president of WWE has made the controversial decision to give Yokozuna the title match.
Indeed, there will be no rematch for Bret, who, I might add, lost the title after Mr. Fuji interfered on Yokozuna's behalf. Instead, he was given an automatic entry into tonight's King of the Ring tournament.
The Hitman has certainly capitalized on that opportunity, already defeating Razor Ramon and Mr. Perfect tonight. Now, can he finish the job in the main event and win the King of the Ring? We know the sold-out crowd here in Dayton is firmly behind the Hulkster. Hogan is relying on the fans. He wants to hear them cheer. He wants to draw strength. Oh, no. Bear hug applied. This is not good for the Hulkster. Furiously trying to fight his way out of the bear hug. Can he do it? Yes.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, he's about to Hulk up. Hogan back on his feet. Here comes Hulk Hogan. What are you going to do? 3 punches. Ah, cut off at the pass.
You're not gonna get off on me, man.
Can we talk about Yokozuna's meteoric rise in WWE? He's accomplished. Yoko now. Belly to belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to Hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years? These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing. Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet. Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering, stunning, and he's down.
Finally got him round.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the
That's
cover
a trash
on
finisher. I'm not
Yoko,
gonna lie.
who kicked out of the leg drop.
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there.
Mr. Fuji.
Hogan feeding off the energy. Whoa, wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron? There's a match going on. What the heck?
Ooh.
What was that?
What in the world just happened here? Oh, no. A big splash. Yokozuna demonstrating his full power. Hogan's in trouble.
The big leg drop by Yoko.
That's the kind of cold-hearted offense that's made Yokozuna so feared.
What the fuck?
Swinging the elbow to halt the offense. Gets driven into the corner.
Headbutt by the big man. This is not going to be pretty. Dragging his opponent to the corner. Taking his time. Up to the second rope. And the backside drop.
Oh, we headed towards a title change.
There's 2.
And Yokozuna is once again champion. I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout and new WWE champion,
Yokozuna. Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Alpha himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Head Shrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as Paul E. Dangerously, and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team. The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine. Already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Alpha, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that. Stop them in their tracks and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious,
so I gotta fix an L.
miserable end.
I gotta fix it loss.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who would have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each duo is not afraid to get physical. Each side is looking for their first WrestleMania win, and they will do anything to earn it. Sent to the corner. Ooh, bullseye! The Head Shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match.
30 seconds now. Turn up the pace and look to connect to like
with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that has to serve as motivation for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
I've seen Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches.
Nigga want to reverse and do some goofy ass shit.
WrestleMania 9 rolling on with a potential show-stealing match, guys. Two very hungry tag teams facing off.
Indeed, Michael, the Head Shrinkers and Steiner brothers are both new to the tag division in WWE, but both teams are off to an amazing start so far.
You have to imagine whichever team wins this high-profile fight becomes an instant top contender for the tag team championship. And with two teams this physical on such a big stage, it is indeed going to be a fight.
Samu and Fatu, already some success in the tag division tonight, could really be their coming out party.
Well, they certainly have a tradition to uphold, Cole. The man in their corner, Alpha, has held the WWE tag titles on 3 occasions, and he's primed to bring the Head Shrinkers to the top as well. There may be an abundance of togas in the arena today, but you're not going to see a lot of Greco-Roman wrestling out of the Head Shrinkers. They're just looking to hurt the Steiners.
And that actually may help Samu and Fatu here. The Steiner brothers have earned most of their wins by utilizing their amateur wrestling skill set. I can't imagine they'll get many grappling opportunities against dedicated brawlers like the Head Shrinkers. Has one set up in the corner of the ring.
Oh, what a headbutt.
The Head Shrinkers and Steiners are two of the brightest young teams in WWE, but they both come to this match with a few years of experience in WCW.
The Steiner brothers earned many tag accolades in WCW, but Rick and Scott have their share of singles titles too.
Meanwhile, Samu and Fatu were never quite able to break through before WWE. You know that.
Wait. Once Fatu in the ring, Rick Steiner used the Irish whip into the ropes with a huge rebound. All right.
To serve as motivation for the Head Shrinkers tonight. Launched into the air and hung across the top rope. Beautiful.
And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
What the fuck? Like, they gonna do that
Fatu
shit
like
for
a
me?
one-man wrecking machine right now. Cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware. Big kick. Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the Head Shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all 4 men in this tag team showcase.
Well, we already knew about the brawling of the Head Shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these 4 behemoths should not be able to fly around the ring like they have thus far.
It is made for an extremely tough act to follow, guys. Samu dishing it out now.
The Head Shrinkers smartly keeping themselves
sky high. Elbow connects. Having trouble making it to a vertical base, and it looks like it's only going to get worse.
Scott.
Oh, vicious headbutt.
Oh, and Scott fights back.
Scott is going to look to press on the advantage.
Yeah, Steiner able to stop that surge dead in its tracks.
As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samu and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply wanted...
Tag. Double team coming.
Driven down face first.
That's it. No way the Steiners come back now.
Sends the knee into the face. That'll stop you. Uh-oh. Nothing fancy there. Oh! He's been dealt a good deal of damage.
This has been an arduous tag match, but you could be in much worse shape. Steiner is fired up and ready to go. The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on his fire right now.
Double leg takedown. Gonna stack them up here.
Look at the look on his opponent's face, Cole. He can't believe it.
Placed against the turnbuckles. Oh, he saw it coming. Oh, target acquired and destroyed.
Hip attack. So sudden. Look at this. Just what a barrage of stops.
Steiner looking powerless to every attack.
Seeing some high-impact offense from Samu and Fatu thus far. I'm not sure the head shrinkers are even going for the victory. They just want to destroy the Steiners. Dominating shoulder tackle.
This match has to be close to an end.
Well, I highly doubt anybody's going to throw in the towel, though.
That didn't go as Fatu designed.
Into a dragon screw leg whip. Shut the door. This could be over.
And the head shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the Head Shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
In here, man, go ahead and
hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne had a huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock: 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go one-on-one. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell Know your role and shut your mouth!
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always-ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for
It sounds like this.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Champ.
You win this title, you are primed for big things.
The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance. Tonight in a match between our refined champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and the young challenger, Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer would love nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight and send a message to the WWE that Rocky Maivia has arrived.
But Hunter Hearst Helmsley will do everything in his considerable power to stop that from happening. And as far as Helmsley is concerned, Maivia is barely even worth his time. And watching from home is Rocky Johnson, the father of Rocky Maivia, former WWE Tag Team Champion.
I must admit, I do see a bright future for Maivia. Those that have been privileged enough to see Rocky Johnson in action will appreciate Rocky Maivia because...
Cobra Clutch.
The Cobra Clutch is in.
This is locked in deep.
In trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. Hunter on the receiving end. What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience inexperienced as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
Maivia dishing it out now.
The power of Rocky Maivia is too much for Helmsley right now.
Going straight to the top turnbuckle.
First up top.
Knee drop. And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing in the ring in pursuit of the Intercontinental Championship.
Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
Hunter whipped into the corner, nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle in a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight. This is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion. Almost daring Rocky, hey, you really want my title? You really think you're gonna be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top, hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia. Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed. This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup. I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through, shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and Stump Puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Day one.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
A steel cage match at day one.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus... George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Man, the High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief. Goes into the corner.
Wicked clothesline.
Peter Maivia just rubbing it in now. Uh-oh, headbutt. Nothing fancy there.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anawahi family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
We've seen that Steele isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional whose game plan for this stipulation. And Steele, well, I think he just shows up to the arena and asks who he's fighting.
George the Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Crucial turnaround there because George was falling behind.
But George has to push now while a window's open.
And look at this now. Bad intentions coming with this hold. The arm is locked in. This is sending a painful message.
Able to punch his way out. What a punch. The animal has going head to head, putting each other to the test.
Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground.
The fight is on, and it's furious. What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what.
Oof, good punch, nasty.
Oh, strong impact.
Steele turning Maivia into the hunted here, looking to dethrone the High Chief.
That unraveled on George.
Ow! Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
He's telling the ref to get the door open right now.
Reversed it. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences, but oh, it's coming. That'll do some serious damage.
Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
Calling to the official, he wants to go out the way he came in.
He's facing no resistance exiting the cage now.
And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief
Peter Maivia. She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 Draft Lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Bonsai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
That is crazy, bro. We've seen this match and we gotta play as this match.
And now a dark horse will... And it's all come down to this. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment. I'm not sure this is going to work either. Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed. I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax.
Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home, sent outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown?
Anything can happen in WWE. It used to be a tagline, but it's the truth, and Lyra Valkyria is living it.
Over the last 12 months, Lyra has already knocked off the likes of Becky Lynch and Io Sky, but she's never faced anyone the size of Jax. This is a first for her career. Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
Annihilating offense from Nia Jax.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here. Headbutt.
In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega.
But you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size. Leading her into the corner now.
Fast movement gets her out of the way.
Draped into the deadly Tree of Woe position. And knew what was coming there.
Lyra managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
Valkyria trying to bring the fight back in this one. High-level ability being shown with each of these counters.
Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow. On the back and forth we go.
Valkyria gets countered.
So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Neither competitor is backing down.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
Who will break first? That is the question.
toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavyweights. Oh, wow. Lights out.
And now placed in the corner.
Stuck in the tree of woe. They are doing whatever they please.
Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she has it won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
Delivers the cross body.
Nia Jax out of harm's way.
With a vicious series of strikes.
Clothesline!
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Look out!
And completely missed him up.
A bold decision to go high risk there, but it completely backfired.
Took devastating damage, and that's going to linger for the rest of...
And it's all come down to this, the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. And Nia now
Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia, really.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Boom! Alabama slam.
Each woman here has had a tough road to become a Queen of the Ring finalist. Every matchup in this bracket has been a toss-up.
Valkyria knocked off former women's champion Io Sky earlier this week, but Nia's had an even tougher challenge. Two great former champions in the form of Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Even more impressive than that, she handed Jade Cargill her first WWE loss.
Granted, Corey, that was a disqualification victory for Jax. I'd say there's still some unfinished business between Nia and Jade. Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown? Placing her against the turnbuckle.
Using the cranium.
Nia doing exactly what she set out to do, keeping Valkyria grounded.
Now Jax needs to stay the course, and the crown will be hers.
Valkyria retaliates. Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she has it won.
But when you have this business in your blood like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the Irresistible Force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here. Feet tied up, has to be feeling vulnerable here.
Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rip
on the top. She went airborne and missed. Looking for more damage here. Release back suplex. Ouch.
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted?
Alabama slam! Jax with the irresistible offense.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Samoan drop.
Nia Jax is doing whatever she wants. Each Samoan drop driving all of the air out of Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria turning her attention to the WWE Universe now. Put into the corner. What could be next?
Oh, a quick way to respond with a reversal. And a peel. And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
Valkyria needs to...
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, gonna climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this, maybe not.
No way, there's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no! Good night, Annihilator!
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax!
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring!
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. But it became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. and he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin. It's a miracle Austin survived being run over by Rikishi. Now a pissed off Texas Rattlesnake is on the loose and out for revenge.
It took Austin almost a year to recover from the injuries he suffered in that heinous attack. You can't blame Austin for the damage he inflicts on Rikishi tonight.
Byron, the lesser man wouldn't have survived. Stone Cold promised that Rikishi's days of walking above ground are over. This is no holds barred. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them. We talk a lot about Austin being prepared for a fight. Talk about the Rattlesnake preparing to make Rikishi a dead man. Well, right now it's Rikishi doing the brawling. Rikishi's disdain for Austin looks greater than even we anticipated.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that. Clothesline! I don't like this, guys. Fighting on the stage could do some serious long-term damage.
Rikishi is picking the competition apart.
Rikishi with an onslaught here against Austin. Dare I say, Stone Cold could be in trouble.
Austin unprepared for this. Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture, and that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all the Rock's success. Austin in a state of distress now.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here. And he now slides back into the ring.
Looks like he's got something in mind for ringside here.
Oh, boy, come on, not the chair.
Ooh, chucked that chair right at him.
Corey, Austin has been out of in-ring action for nearly a year. Does any possible ring rust factor into this match?
Well, maybe if this actually was a match, but this isn't about arm drags. It's not about drop kicks. This is a fight, and there is never any rust on Stone Cold when it comes to fighting.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to the disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to. Austin showing no fear, no intimidation. Dominating shoulder tackle.
And Rikishi enjoying how he's worn down the rattlesnake throughout this match.
And I bet The Rock is smiling about it, too.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey.
Now Rikishi has the firm upper hand.
But you can never count Austin out.
With the counter.
Dueling reversals.
Austin's finally able to slow all that incoming offense.
The rattlesnake got played around with for too long. Now he wants to open a can.
Pure chaos up at the entrance ramp now.
There's a very real risk of injury here.
Set up for the right leg sweep.
Nicely done.
The reversal by Rikishi. He fights Rikishi back. Side Russian leg sweep.
Oh, perfect form.
A plethora of ways to get imaginative up there, none of which are sanctioned by the WWE.
Counters to gain the advantage.
Boom, running STO plants him.
Nicely done. There are so many ways this thing can go bad, guys. That stage is not made for fighting.
There it is. Reversal.
And Rikishi putting a little you-know-what on it right here.
Will he get on with it already? This is a fight. I understand getting yourself fired up, but he needs to stay on his opponent.
Oh, man, Rikishi is a man on a mission now.
Stone Cold reverses.
He's in a bad way, but still has something left in the tank. He's waiting for him to rise to deliver something devastating.
Punch straight to the face, staves off the attack.
These two have learned each other so well. A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers. Several reversals, neither superstar able to penetrate their opponent's defense.
Clothesline. Lord, so effective. It really looks like nothing can contain this fight.
Clothesline.
the attack with an elbow.
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. Still fighting back. Look at him go.
Gets put into the barricade. There has been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks, and this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for.
Sent straight into the barricade.
Oh, man, look at this.
Whipped right into the barricade.
Rikishi finds his target with that one. Boom, what a punch.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man.
Yeah, Rikishi taking that as an empty threat, thinking that Austin isn't the man he claims to be. But trust me, when Stone Cold says he has you in his crosshairs, that's no empty threat.
Planted with the bulldog.
Suddenly we've got front row seats to this thing.
And I don't think we want to get any closer. Oh, he fights Rikishi back. Reversal. And that turns things around.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Well, hell hath no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight. And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him.
Scooped up, here it comes.
Rikishi driver.
It put Austin down. Unbelievable.
And he slides him back to the mat. Shoulders down.
Oh, near fall. What an incredible match we are witnessing.
Sliding out of danger there.
Caught the leg.
Reversal after reversal. These two have counters for days. Austin with a Fez prep.
The cover. The cover. back at it, too.
How? Austin having flashbacks to Detroit. Rikishi's about to meet a stunner.
Kick gets caught. Clothesline takes him down. Get by.
We knew tonight was not going to be pretty. Rikishi hoisting up his opponent. Rikishi driver. Rikishi got all of it. Cashing in on that effort.
2. Rikishi somehow defangs the rattlesnake. Damn it. This is not what many of us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear-view mirror.
His arrival signaled impending doom. His very presence was enough to intimidate even the bravest WWE competitor. His name itself simply meant the end. And if you found yourself standing across the ring from Umaga, you were most certainly coming to the end of your own road. The younger brother of Rikishi, Umaga, was every bit the Samoan bulldozer that his nickname would suggest, mauling opponents with ease, relishing the chaos that he created. A menace to the entire roster, an unrepentant badass, Umaga tortured his prey with high-impact collisions before ultimately sealing their fate with his vaunted Samoan spike, a vicious move used today by Solo Sikoa.
Inside the ring, man, he was just a complete monster. Anybody that stood in front of him, he was gonna wreck him no matter what he had to do. He was just a crazy, wild Samoan. Outside of the ring, man, just a loving guy to be around. A fun uncle, always joking, always barbecuing at his house. I always looked up to him. He was just so cool.
Perhaps an unheralded aspect of Umaga's game was his mastery of mental warfare. Umaga loved to present a wild, out-of-control savage, one who needed manager Armando Alejandro Estrada to handle all the details while he destroyed opponents. Umaga was the perfect definition of the word aura. A two-time intercontinental heavyweight champion, Umaga established himself as one of the purest forms of dominance to ever set foot in a WWE ring. His intense clashes with Batista, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, along with WWE Championship battles against John Cena, still live on in the memories of those who were fortunate enough to watch Umaga perform. And Umaga will live in immortality.
I feel like his greatest rival was Jeff Hardy for real.
Member of this family, whether it's with a huge Samoan drop, a running bulldozer into the corner, a Samoan spike, or even a war cry in the middle of battle. Umaga is forever.
I wish he was here. I know he's watching from above.
So you, our beloved Us in training, are asked one simple thing here in the WWE 2k25 showcase: to defeat John Cena. You've done that in this mode before, right? Simple. It was at New Year's Revolution in 2007 that Umaga and John Cena first collided for the WWE title. Umaga appeared to be too much for Cena in the minds of many pundits. Undefeated in WWE some 9 months after his debut, and things were going very well for Umaga. Until they weren't. Umaga would see his undefeated streak end by, of all things, a damn roll-up after rushing directly into the outstretched shoes of John Cena. 1 second of luck allowed John Cena to escape the inevitable, and now it's on you to fix it. Head into that ring, showcase Umaga's cruel brutality, and get Umaga the WWE Heavyweight Championship victory that he should have gotten in the first place. I assure you, my dear friend, Armando Alejandro Estrada will make sure nothing else goes wrong if you take care of business inside the ring.
Looking at the champion, I guarantee there is no doubt.
John Cena and Umaga battling here for the WWE Championship. Will John Cena halt the Samoan Bulldozer's path to destruction?
Cena's going to have to go all out to accomplish that. No one has been able to withstand Umaga thus far. This brutal Samoan has made a mockery of his challengers and is perhaps the ultimate super heavyweight threat.
Cena could be in for the greatest challenge as champion tonight. But if anyone can overcome the terrifying ruthlessness of Umaga, it has to be John Cena. Oh, goodness. Blasted right into the corner.
He's hurled out and crashes down to the floor. And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
Ooh. Cena tonight attempting to do something no one else has been able to do. Be it HBK, Triple H, Kane, the list goes on and on. No one has been able to beat Umaga.
Since debuting in last year's WrestleMania, he's never been pinned, never been submitted. Umaga is a man who's decimated every single thing in his path. It's not hyperbole to call him a dangerous and deadly savage. And Umaga will look to continue to use his 100-pound weight advantage in an effort to become the WWE Champion. Bringing this back into the ring. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? No question John Cena has his work cut out for him taking on Umaga, who's been aptly named the Samoan Bulldozer for his relentless offense.
Yeah, and while Umaga may not be as refined in the ring as other superstars, his ruthlessness more than makes up for the difference. If Umaga can connect with some truly merciless attacks, then Cena and his title reign could quickly be in trouble. A rare position for Cena in this fight. We can't often say that John's overpowered in a matchup, but this 360-plus pound Samoan Bulldozer is more than a formidable opponent.
Listen, sometimes when there's a fight, you're not always going to be the biggest. You're not always going to be the strongest. And even if that is the case for Cena tonight, John Cena has never met a fight he didn't like.
Cena will try to gain strength from this capacity crowd in Kansas City, but not even that. Maybe the challenger is going for it.
The champ is going for the cover.
The pin for the championship. Pin attempt by the champion. And shoulders up before a count of 1.
He's nowhere near ready to stop fighting yet.
Spinning heel kick. Umaga is truly a specimen to marvel at, Corey. And his handler, Armando Alejandro Estrada, knows he has a thoroughbred on his hands.
There's a difference between thoroughbreds and Umaga, though, Cole. Thoroughbreds can be tamed. Umaga cannot. Estrada can only serve as a mouthpiece for Umaga. He can only help direct Umaga's blind brutality. I think even Estrada knows no one can control the Samoan Bulldozer.
He's able to reverse it.
Now Umaga looking for some momentum.
He's able to stop that onrush. Now looking to capitalize.
And Cena's starting to falter here.
Cena has no response for Umaga's savage and brutal offense.
Say why they call him Big Man.
Not able to rally there. Sliding back into the ring. can look at Umaga and he reminds me of Yokozuna, whose unmatched thickness and size is an orthodox offense.
Look at Umaga's thighs, his calves. They give him a great power and a great base. It makes him almost impossible to knock off his feet.
He's thick, he's strong, he's nasty, and he won't be slowed down. And into the
and Cena flattened in the corner.
Umaga's just overpowering him. Look at the strength. Into the corner, just setting Cena up.
You have to start to ask yourself, is the end of John Cena near?
I think so. Look
out!
out!
What a headbutt. No one has been able to stop Umaga. No one.
You are seeing why Umaga is undefeated. Why no one has been able to stop the Samoan bulldozer.
Here comes Umaga, and Cena catches him with a boot. John Cena from behind, rolls him up, shoulders down, and a kick out by Umaga.
And Cena immediately back into the clutches of Umaga.
I'm not sure what else Cena can do here. I'm not sure John Cena knows how to stop Umaga.
And Corey, you know there's no force equal to being on the receiving end of a headbutt from Umaga.
It's in Umaga's DNA. And now he's looking to lock in this submission.
Targeting the shoulder with the
escape and a takedown.
He's able to dodge out of the way.
Here's the pin. Title could be decided. Oh, and quick resiliency from the challenger.
How does anyone have this much in them at this point?
Oh, big mistake, and that error could be costly.
Solid punch.
Haymaker after haymaker.
Oh, ouch. It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
WWE Universe appreciating these athletes going all out.
John Cena with a rough.
on point.
Not done yet.
We got part 2 on the way.
Chance to retain here. The champ might have put this one to bed.
Kicked out at 1. Even the ref can't believe it.
I'm absolutely stunned. A display of near superhuman resilience.
After seeing that, it's hard to imagine what it's going to take to keep this competitor down.
And Cena's shocked, but we know that kick out has only made him more determined.
Manages to slip out of the way.
Good Lord.
Pop-up Samoan drop.
Brutal attack from Umaga. He smells Cena's blood in the water.
Pulled in for a
belly to belly. Here it comes.
Oh, Samoan spike.
That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ.
The champ kicks out at 2.
The title still hanging in the balance.
Resilience of a champion on display.
And I think we all know this is only going to make a monster like Umaga even angrier.
The cover.
And the champ can't keep the shoulders down. Looking for the pin. New champion, an undefeated champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Champion, Umaga!
This proves it. Truly no one can withstand Umaga. The Samoan bulldozer has wrecked his way straight to the WWE Champion.
Hey, in WWE, things move really fast. If you aren't present in the moment, it can feel like a year goes by in only 2 or 3 minutes. That's why you always have to make time to make sure that you check. Hold on. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? Stop. Can you believe I'm actually doing Eric Bischoff's shtick? In the early 2000s, few words sent a shudder through the roster like the words 3 minutes, summoning the fearsome duo of Rosie and Jamal. collectively known as the 3-minute warning. Initially hired by the aforementioned Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff to interrupt anything he didn't find to be entertaining.
You're just not entertaining me.
3 minutes are just about up.
The two instantly made their mark in WWE with their complete and total decimation of anyone that was targeted. Their formula was really simple. Two bruisers with surprising quickness who took pleasure in throwing opponents all around the ring with reckless abandon. And the trail of bodies left in their wake remains a testament to their devastation. Rosie, older brother of your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and Jamal, who would in time develop his skills further and take the name of Umaga, were about instant gratification. They treated matches like a race, seeing how much damage they could fit into the shortest time possible.
The 3-minute warning with my brother and my cousin, it was just one of the coolest gimmicks of all time to me. It was catchy, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of knew what was happening. And I feel like we all remember when the 3-minute warning hit for the first time. You know, the whole Den TV area just lit up.
Every match was a train wreck, as the two would use their size to overwhelm most opponents, coupling that with incredible tag team maneuvers to increase the carnage to its maximum levels. That approach, maximizing damage while minimizing time, was a 3-minute warning signature. The team itself saw its run in WWE last for a little over a year, but in that time managed to make such an impression with the WWE Universe that it still resonates today. They are proof of the impact anyone can make if they capitalize on their opportunities, as 3-minute warning did every single time.
It was a short-lived gimmick, but it was a really cool gimmick, and I just think it shows the versatility of, hey, if you need us to go out there and tell you a Broadway story, I'll cover 2 hours if you like. But if you need us to come out in 3 minutes to make an impact, we can do that too. But you gotta be really good to be thrown in there with the very, very best in the industry. I'm getting all pumped and proud, you know, for my brother and my cousin right now, just thinking about it.
Here in the WWE 2k25 showcase, we have selected another team that embodies the same mindset in Akam and Razor, the AOP. Similar to Jamal and Rosie, these two look to inflict the most pain in the most efficient manner. Like 3-minute warning, AOP happily dispatches when summoned. Like 3-minute warning, AOP features two Goliaths who will hurl your body from pillar to post before finally bringing it all to a most painful conclusion. It's up to you in this Extreme Rules contest to beat the AOP to the punch and showcase the Wrecking Crew approach that made 3-minute warning the premier bruiser squad in all of WWE. And don't worry, we will give you more than 3 minutes to make that fact perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, take your time and enjoy dishing out the punishment.
AOP is here, ready to wreak havoc. And they want to prove 3-minute warning has nothing on them.
Two roughneck teams ready.
And guys, the authors of pain now have 3 minutes.
Here we go with AOP and 3-minute warning going head-to-head. This is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a good thing it is, because neither one of these teams likes to play by the rules or limit their aggressive tendencies.
There is nothing on the minds of these men except dealing as much damage to one another as possible. Both 3-Minute Warning and the AOP excel at brutalizing their opponents and inflicting massive amounts of pain. But only one of them can be the best at it.
We can safely predict that this is going to be an exceptionally gruesome and painful match to watch.
Watch for the hardcore style of 3-Minute Warning. Both of these men are from the hood, so to speak. Grew up in the streets, brought up to be tough. Rosie and Jamal have a rough tenacity.
A duo that couldn't care less about headlocks. They're just all about beating the hell out of you. 3-Minute Warning's thug-like tactics need to be respected.
Rosie and Jamal only care about one thing, and that's the winner's purse.
AOP and 3-Minute Warning both love to bring the pain to their opponents. But I'm not sure AOP's ready for the pure chaos that is 3-Minute Warning. That ability to be totally unpredictable could play in 3-Minute Warning's favor.
Interesting point, Corey. From way up, look ringside now, guys. This manager's doing something very suspicious. Looking to explore things ringside now.
Bringing a steel chair into play here.
Rosie and Jamal tell their victims that they will feel the 3-minute warning. What does that mean, Corey?
Well, it means a lot of superstars will get run over by the pain train, and it's only going to feel like the longest 3 minutes of their lives. When you're as big and strong as Rosie and Jamal, that's how quickly it can be over.
Razor avoids that one. Sidewalk slam delivered. Ooh. Carefully measuring, waiting to strike. He avoids the contact.
Oh, look at this. What a headbutt.
Stumbling to his feet. He might just be rising to meet his end here. Good night.
He's absorbing a lot of damage here.
And this is a classic Extreme Rules game plan, trying to deal as much damage as possible.
Pay special attention to Rosie in this matchup. 6'5", 375 pounds. The man can run a 40-yard dash in 4.8 seconds. This guy is a pure athlete.
Rosie played high school football with a legendary running back before playing college ball in Hawaii. Imagine being pancaked by the force Rosie brings.
Getting set up in the corner now.
Punishing double axe handle. Loving blow. Oh! Kick to the gut. Stomp to the gut.
This has to be it.
A defiant kick out after one.
These one counts are going to get home.
Double leg takedown. Got the shoulders down.
And a quick kick out.
Are you kidding me? Not even a one count.
That was just incredible hang time.
Was willing to take the high risk to the outside, and it paid off big time. Ripped in the hard way.
Man, Rosie and Jamal, Akam and Razor, representing the biggest, most imposing teams WWE has ever seen. Both teams don't care what the motive is, don't care who the target.
Jamal pins the shoulders down. He just broke up the pin in the nick of time. He's looking to take things to the outside now. Counter right when it was needed. Right in the mouth, relentless.
Slips away just in time.
Punch right in the head. We knew this would be a grueling and punishing match, but AOP and 3-minute warning are exceeding all expectations.
Wear and tear of this match is clearly starting to get to him.
Yeah, Extreme Rules matches eventually take their toll on everyone.
Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined pounds colliding.
These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around them. It's really just best to find weapons and blast off.
Watching!
You go for the pin for the win! Rosie and Jamal survive Extreme Rules.
Here are your winners, Rosie and Jamal. 3-minute warning.
between two of the most badass squads we've ever seen. They were the tougher competitors.
Yeah, but AOP certainly made 3-minute warning earn this win. Just think about all the carnage we witnessed here tonight.
We've come to the part of the showcase where we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance with this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday Night Raw and I seen Tamina debut with my brothers. It was a pretty cool, dynamic, right? Two of my brothers and Tamina.
Together, Tamina and the Usos helped each other navigate through a trial-filled first year in WWE, making sure they all survived together. In later years, Tamina has formed alliances with both Naomi and Nia Jax, honoring this family's connection. While Tamina has looked to create her own name in the industry, she has never missed a chance to acknowledge her place in this family either. Trained by Afa and Sika, the wild Samoans, Tamina was instilled with the same instincts that have carried each member of this family to wrestling glory. Her in-ring approach is similar to many in the bloodline. Quick striking, high-impact attacks, and smothering holds. As capable with a super kick or a big splash as anyone else, Tamina has maintained a remarkable level of success in her WWE career. A constant contender, Tamina has competed for the Women's Championship on many occasions. She's also held the Women's Tag Team Championships along with 9 separate reigns as the 24/7 champion. Tamina has proven capable in any environment against any opponent. Tamina is always the perfect test for a rising contender. Defeating Tamina proves that you're at the top of your game, and she will always expose those who aren't quite ready yet. Taking her lightly is the easiest way to book your visit to the local medical facility. Tamina has taken part in many memorable moments, but in the 2K25 showcase, we're going to give you the chance to make history. In the first ever women's Money in the Bank match, Carmella, of all people, would walk out victorious after letting someone else do all the work. Tamina, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Charlotte Flair were all robbed of a great opportunity that night by Carmella. So this is your chance to make it right. Showcase Tamina's grit and take out the other 4 ladies in this ladder match to become the first ever winner of the Women's Money in the Bank. Carmella might still sneak out with the win, but if she does, she's doing it on her own because we're not allowing anyone else at ringside for this match in our showcase.
And Byron. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Tamina, Carmella, Natalya, all with a chance to make history. All with the opportunity to be called the first ever Miss Money in the Bank.
The revolution that became an evolution only continues in the women's division. One of these women will climb the ladder and earn the opportunity of a lifetime.
Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before, it could be a coming out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
Such a dangerous setting for all these superstars. Ladders are everywhere. Each competitor is only limited by their imagination.
Your head has to be on a constant swivel. Ladders will be used as weapons. Anything can happen to get that briefcase.
Not a good spot to be in. Oh, jeez, falling hard to the outside.
Well, that's one way to seize control of the match. Change the location to the ringside area.
3 second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalya, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women bred for these kind of moments.
Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank.
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Oh, man. Oof.
Sharp clothesline hits its mark.
You have to admit, that was a smart bit of offense, cutting their opponent down to size like that.
What a headbutt.
Vicious. And that might have... Oh, yeah, she is busted open.
We better have medical on standby here. No safe haven in this match. These ladders can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no...
Look out!
Back into the ring she comes. Screw senton. I think she just really felt that one.
The Queen came into this match with the express purpose of putting a beating on a peasant, and that was a step closer to it.
She gets put in the corner.
Running hip attack. What impact?
Oh, man!
Ouch. Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back.
Drops the leg.
It looks like she wants to take this match outside.
Big boot.
Jeez.
Oh, and a double axe handle. Incredible height.
And looking at the playing field, the majority of these women love to utilize their submission offense to put opponents away.
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
We've heard Becky say she was going to rip arms off tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms. It's just a matter of time now.
No room for error. Taking flight. Chop block. Brilliant.
Right to the back of the knee. And after that shot to the knee, what could be next? No telling what's underneath the ring tonight. Oh, man, she finds a hard landing on the outside. A contract that can change lives hanging above the ring. Probably the most profitable opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars have successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash-in has only failed once, and the other failed cash-in was alerted to a week in advance. You are almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if you grab the contract tonight.
From the apron.
Drop toe hold.
Face first.
Big time clothesline.
Good grief.
And she re-enters the ring. She's heading out of the ring. Countouts are not a factor for her. Oh! Big face buster.
Focusing on a body part, picking it apart. The arm's as good of a place to focus as any. And gets sent right into the corner.
Each of those boots seem to get heavier with each blow.
Tamina not caring that Becky's a fan favorite. The crowd's agile. Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte driving Tamina, and both tumble to the floor.
Both women crashing down hard. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, the first to her feet. surveying the situation.
Oh, my driving tomato into the steps.
Well, you are seeing a heightened level of aggression, heightened level of intensity from all these competitors because of the stakes involved.
Guys, where's Charlotte going?
Flair looking to up the ante now from the top.
Oh, my goodness, taking out everybody.
The Queen rising to the occasion.
What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior.
Yeah, undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder?
And now we're getting an up-close and personal view of this fight. Tamina's absolutely wrecking shop on Natalya, making sure the veteran won't have the strength to climb a ladder at all.
Setting up the ladder, center of the ring.
Definitely the spot you want to put it.
Climbing up, but is there enough time to go for the win?
Up the ladder now. Let's see if this is right for the picking.
You really shouldn't be fighting on a ladder. One-handed.
Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Positioning the ladder perfectly in the center of the ring there. Ladder set right in the middle of the ring. Starts to climb, but needs to move quickly. Victory is within reach now.
Hands must be shaking up there, making it difficult to capture glory.
Tamina might have it here.
That's it. Tamina has the briefcase. Tamina is Miss Money in the Bank.
The winner of the Money in the Bank contract and the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, Tamina!
Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are going to be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jimmy and Jey Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and board dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso Penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jey are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jey his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jey ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet. even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jay are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any 2 of the 3 members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jay could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within Hell in a Cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day 1. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place, and there's nothing that's stopping you inside Hell in a Cell.
The goal is obtaining those tag team. The cell door is locked. First of 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain, punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rock.
The cell door is locked. First of 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
So many amazing matches between...
Oh, nothing fancy here. Tasting victory.
Shoulders down, championship at stake. And a good strong kick out there.
Early attempts rarely pay off, but they do win. Down your opponent.
Ooh, targeting the leg there.
He's looking for an implement of destruction under the ring.
I can already feel the sting of the kendo stick, and I do not care for it.
Oh, man.
Connects the fist to the face. Great counter.
You gotta wonder if there's more animosity in this match than we previously thought.
The champion doing everything to retain here.
And he gets the shoulder up before 2.
These men knew this match was going to be hard fought.
Corey, for as entertaining as the New Day are, they can scrap with the best of them. Remember that.
Look, don't let the booty-os and trombones fool you. New Day can get down and dirty, especially when they have the Usos pushing them. New Day are prepared for an all-out brawl tonight.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Uncorks it, uppercut. All the talking we've heard leading into this match, we've heard the Usos call the New Day, quote, 3 clowns on a tricycle.
Look, the Usos love the trash talk, but they deliver. And don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either. We had Big E
For the title, new champ.
And the champ kicks out. You have to think this match is starting to take its toll. Oh my! And you guys, I see blood coming. Now check this out. Crucifix applied. This could be a combination.
The challenger wriggles out at 1.
Got to change something up with the pin technique.
Got him up.
Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell. And Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day.
It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want, punish however you want. Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
Talking to Xavier, he told me the one thing the Usos have taught us is that we have to embrace a more lawless culture here in WWE. A more lawless culture in this rivalry.
And that could be the reason the New Day chose to have this match in the Hell in a Cell. It's been such a chaotic rivalry. Therefore, only this kind of lawless match could finally put an end to it for good. Bang! Ooh. Oh! Shiny drop arm breaker. Oh, God.
Oh, man. And the damage is just going to keep on coming if you can't find the from way up.
And you can tell there are cruel intentions in mind right now.
Rocket kick!
Uso splash!
Innovative offense from the Usos could end it all right.
And the Usos are 5-time tag team champions.
Here are your winners, and the news.
The cell door is locked. First of 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the best rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Remember, this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules, a 2-on-2 match where the pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring.
This nigga shit suck. What the fuck?
1, Remember, this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules, a 2-on-2 match where the pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. In the Hell in a Cell, no tags, no countouts, no disqualification.
The Usos and the New Day came into this match expecting and prepared to raise the bar, raise the level of competition, and make history. This is going to be unforgettable.
Usos challenging the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. New Day chose this Hell in a Cell match. Very heated rivalry at the top of the Tag Team division.
Ooh, man!
We are witnessing a malicious string of attacks right now.
I have a feeling the Usos' objective is to send the New Day to the hospital.
Well, two teams so familiar with each other, some innovation with weapons almost becomes a necessity.
So many amazing matches between these two teams. They said it this past week on SmackDown. No matter where we are, we put on a show.
The Usos and New Day have a unified goal to raise the bar of tag team competition, to bring the division to a whole nother level.
You know, in basketball, they talk about super team.
Oh, nice scoop roll up for the win. There's a quick kick out by Big A.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
Xavier Woods falling victim to an onrush now.
Getting a taste of just how bad it can truly get inside the Uso penitentiary.
The New Day asked for this, demanded to defend their title in this unforgiving structure.
Top rope, Jimmy Uso splash. Innovative offense from the Usos could end it all right here.
Usos and New Day go. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
They're not trying to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good.
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles as long as the New Day are champs.
And just being around the Usos, it's not only about winning the tag team titles, it's about stripping the New Day of everything that made them popular with the WWE Universe. It's about making sure the New Day never competes again.
It's never been just about the title, Saxton. It's about these two teams wanting to claim supremacy for themselves.
So many dangerous attacks, one after the other, making it difficult to regain any composure.
Smothering off for the title.
And the glory.
He breaks up the pin, stops the referee's count.
Getting back to his feet, trying to fight on, but it might be too late.
Talking to Xavier, he told me that one thing the Usos have taught us is that we have to embrace a more lawless culture here in WWE. A more lawless culture in this rivalry.
And that could be the reason the New Day chose to have this match in the Hell in a Cell. It's been such a chaotic rivalry. Therefore, only this kind of lawless match could finally put an end to it for good, with challenger unable to stay out of harm's way.
The power of positivity paying dividends for the New Day. Emphasis on power.
Measuring him now, lining it up. Oh, uppercut. Might have lost the tooth. Oh, watch out. There's a seat for your face.
The champ is in agony here.
The effects of the cell come for everyone. You can only stay safe for so long.
Huge burning lariat.
And that was taking the attack to the competition with that one. Elbow drop. Uppercut. Man. Into the ring again now. He's headed to the top now. Shoulder right to the knee.
Lift off.
A forearm. And Jimmy and Big A slugging it out middle of the ring. This has been a vicious, brutal match between two of the great tag teams today.
Here comes Jey Uso into the fray alongside of his brother.
Bang! Double super kick.
And the Usos now looking for that patented Uso splash from the top rope.
Uso splash! The cover to win the tag team titles, and Woods handcuffs it all, breaks it up.
At the last possible second, Xavier Woods saving this match for his team.
Yeah, credit to Woods for his never say die attitude, but Xavier Woods is outgunned right now.
And look at Woods still fighting back.
Yeah, with the handcuffs, using the handcuffs as a weapon.
That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
That Hart may not have much more fight left. Jimmy and Jay back up to the top one more time.
Uso splash in stereo. The cover. The Usos win the tag team titles.
Here are your winners and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos!
Yeah, Ayos. Let's welcome these folks to the Uso Penitentiary.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown Women's Champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super Showdown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
For the first time ever, we have a women's Bayley versus Naomi, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line.
So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history, and tonight she has the opportunity to make even more history.
And Naomi's got plenty of momentum coming into this match and is feeling mighty confident herself.
Naomi has tested her mettle in recent weeks, as the road to this championship opportunity was a difficult one. Needed to defeat former SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella. We know Naomi has a heavy desire to become a three-time Women's Champion.
Other superstars say they want the title. Naomi has said she needs her title. Taking flight! Look out below!
You gotta be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense, but I can't say it didn't pay off. Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this match, but Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down.
Yeah, Bayley's going to want to slow down the pace and let the adrenaline wear off from Naomi. Bayley can also turn up the aggression here in a way I'm not quite sure Naomi can match.
Momentum is really on Naomi's side.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts.
And Naomi keeping Bayley on her toes, pushing the pace on the champion.
Naomi moving fast, showing that superior athleticism. Bayley might not be able to keep up here.
And now she delivers her back into the ring.
Oh, man, by the hair.
Wow, hair whip. I don't think I've ever seen a champion feel as disrespected as Bayley has, Corey, because Bayley's talked a lot about how people think she's an afterthought as a champion. Everybody talks about Becky Lynch on Raw. They're now talking about Rhea Ripley in NXT. But Bayley has been the longest reigning champ in SmackDown history.
And you read off all the accolades, all the championships she has held. But for some reason, Bayley still finds herself overlooked. Bayley is now under pressure, and Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here.
Propped up in the corner.
And here we go. Championship's on the line. Naomi's got Bayley in trouble up on the top rope. This could be Naomi's moment.
Smart move by Bayley, protecting her title and going to the eyes.
Oh, what a kick. Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
What the? I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
A great counter by Naomi. Naomi ducks underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far.
Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger was ready.
No signs of either combatant backing down.
Slugging away with everything they've got.
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up.
Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground.
So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. This is a war of attrition. Things have just gotten nuclear. More heads landing on the front lines now.
Oh, getting the better of that exchange. Rear view by Naomi.
It just got as bad as it could for the champ.
Naomi did it! We have a new champion!
Here is your winner, and the new
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the Wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Alpha, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these four men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
Two-on-two tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. Returning back to the ring. Crank in the head. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually win.
I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale.
Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters. One wicked attack after another.
These are the kinds of attacks that can put a superstar on the shelf for a long time.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Alpha or Sika headbutt.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down.
A reversal. Well scouted.
Short clothesline.
Headbutt to the back of the neck. Boom, running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Ooh, he fends that off. Hava and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
What a reversal by Alpha. Looks like he's coming back in.
Oh, catches a kick to the face.
Release back suplex. Ouch. Oh, gosh.
Alpha never saw that coming.
Grabbing an item from under the ring is perfectly within the duties of being a manager.
That's using your head.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it will take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
From the top, all the way to the outside.
Popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
Connects. Saw it coming. Uh-oh, look at what are they going to do? Oh, right to the face.
Right to the back of the neck.
And again.
Enough.
Oh, man, clubbing blows.
There's some power behind that punch.
Headlock cinched in and just tossed without regard. He has to be nearly at his breaking point now.
Could be getting into a dire situation soon.
Oh, bulldog.
One-handed. Escapes out of that attack.
A complete stalemate of reversals here. Neither one giving an inch.
Oh, my God.
Popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley.
And here we go. The Boston Crab.
Look at the back.
Oh, he saves his partner.
Preventing any chance of attack. Sika evades the attack.
The Dudley Boys came in tonight knowing they had to turn up the dial. Had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme as they can be.
Yeah, but what the Dudleys call extreme, the Wild Samoans just call regular old Tuesday. Alpha and Sika are just a different breed of wrestler.
Look, I don't care who you are. You could be King Kong or a kaiju. It's going to be curtains for you if you're on the receiving side of a Wild Samoan headbutt from the top rope.
Ooh, and he manages to reverse. He's headed out to the ringside area, sliding back in under the ropes here. He's making his way to ringside now. Boom! And he's being somewhat backed into a corner right now.
I think we're about to see a body go through a table real soon. I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind. Devon Dudley looking to take this one biblical.
Oh, man, jarring headbutt. The Wild Samoans just took a bumpy trip to Dudleyville.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
Oh, what a no. Timed his defense perfectly.
Ascending to the top rope.
Boom! From the top!
What? Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible.
But at what cost?
And Alpha becomes the recipient of another hard blow.
You can really tell that Devon is desperate not to lose control of this match again at this point.
A potential from the heavens. And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2k25 showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said, since his arrival, at Clash at the Castle in 2022, Solo Sikoa has consistently been involved in WWE's biggest moments and biggest matches. He's been victorious in War Games. He's repeatedly enforced the Bloodline's will to maintain Roman Reigns' status as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
I brought Solo in as an insurance policy. Solo was here to protect me. Solo was here to maintain the Promised Land. He's violent. He's strong, he's fast, he's all those things. And he betrayed me. Any man who would betray me must be a very dangerous man.
Solo defeated John Cena. Solo elected to betray your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in an attempt to bestow upon himself the title of tribal chief. When I refused to acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief, you are not my tribal. He, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu put me through a table in Madison Square Garden. And that led to opportunities to compete for the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's led to more visibility, with Solo's Rogue Bloodline ruling over SmackDown. Every choice Solo made only furthered his standing in WWE. He has the bloodlust of the wild Samoans, the brutality of his cousin Yokozuna, and the single-minded focus of Roman Reigns, all rolled into one. There is no question the future is his for the taking, and that he will be champion many times over, and that he may set records of his own before it's all said and done. Few men have so quickly served notice to all of WWE in the manner that Solo Sikoa has done. Whether you want to acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. One way or another, Solo Sikoa forces you to do just that, or you will suffer severe consequences. One by one, each and every single superstar on the WWE roster is going to find that out. Solo will make sure of it. I, of course, will simply await any and every opportunity for your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to teach Solo some manners. Until that happens, though, we are taking you back to the one-year anniversary special for NXT 2.0, which saw then North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and indeed, he is him, issue an open challenge. Unfortunately for the future superstar, it was to be answered by Solo Sikoa, and things went as well for Hayes as you can probably guess. Showcase the unrelenting fury that has made Solo Sikoa nearly unstoppable, and defeat Carmelo Hayes to earn Solo his first championship victory. It won't be easy against Carmelo, especially when he has Trick Williams watching his back. And if you make one mistake against the champ, he'll take his shot and most likely hit nothing but net.
Here comes the champ.
What? This place is shaking!
We never thought we'd see Sikoa again.
His opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa!
And Solo is dressed to fight, too.
As we say in WWE, expect the unexpected. We expected Wes Lee to be Carmelo Hayes' opponent here, but instead, we have the surprise return of Solo Sikoa as he's claimed his title opportunity.
Solo Sikoa, fresh off joining the Bloodline, is here. He has answered the call, and we indeed have an NXT North American title defense tonight for
transition right into the pin. Too soon for a cover.
Strong words from Carmelo Hayes before this match saying, quote, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and Melo has the biggest crown and the heaviest head."
Melo has indeed proven worthy of said crown, but he's face to face with a man who has a seat at the biggest table in WWE.
Well, both men have earned their status thus far, that's for sure.
Boom!
Big knee.
Oh! What an interception! Dragon screw! Jarring impact. He's on the wrong side of that exchange, and that definitely made solid impact. And Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick right into the midsection. Melo taking it to Sikoa here.
The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance.
What a chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way. Well, at least momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict more punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever.
Solo has the mindset to destroy anyone in the way of him in the NXT North American Championship.
Springboard! Springboard clothesline! Oh, Sikoa holding him at bay. You got to be impressed by both Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes. They've taken NXT 2. Oh, no, he could be caught here. Bad spot for him. An uncanny showing of power.
Nice escape.
He counters with a great reversal.
Oh, the clothesline. Leaning on the turnbuckle here. Point of the elbow finds the mark.
Running knee.
Boom. Oh, my goodness.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting. Oh,
the face has been planted.
What a main event this has been for the one-year anniversary of NXT 2.0.
And without this rebranding, Solo Sikoa may have never had the opportunity to show the world what he can do.
And if Solo didn't have this breakout year, maybe his cousin Roman Reigns wouldn't have trusted him enough to be part of the Bloodline.
Big uppercut rocks the jaw of Carmelo Hayes, ripped out of the corner.
Looking to put him away, and now Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction.
Trick paying dividends. Ooh. First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa drop by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too.
And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky.
Spinning
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's your chance, Solo. The title could be yours.
Rearing way back.
Boom! Samoan spike. The challenger comes up big. What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner, and new NXT North American Champion.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase, and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins,
I hope this shit come
you
true.
won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2k25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town.
It's been interesting watching Reigns. Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on.
Placing him in the corner.
Trapped in the corner.
Non-stop blows.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Are you kidding me?
And out at ringside is not the place you want to be grounded.
Taking this thing out onto the floor now. Reigns turns that around.
The stomp has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of this story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game.
Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point.
That takes them down. Brought down with a snapmare.
Look at this. This can't be good. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who'd have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for...
Oh, Roman Reigns locked and loaded, measuring his opponent. Here we go.
Spear! That could be enough to continue the reign. Rollins dodges in the nick of time.
Seth is being overwhelmed.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman.
Battle of counters. No one's getting their full offense in.
Just disrespectful.
Oh, what a kick.
Stepped aside, avoiding damage.
Kick lands.
Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Whipped into the corner with tremendous force.
No escape from these punches.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
One after the other.
Showing absolutely no mercy at all. What an onslaught. Reigns seems to be taking just a little bit more pleasure than he usually does as he piles on the attacks. The disdain he has for Rollins is off the charts.
Seth freaking Rollins has made it extremely personal with Roman Reigns. Years ago when he destroyed the Shield, and again in the lead up to this match.
If I'm Roman, I'm taking all that aggression and ending this quickly. Go full force and incapacitate Rollins ASAP, because the longer Reigns fights with all his rage, the more potential he has to make a tactical error. Desperate right hands connecting.
Powerbomb!
The stop has been so effective for Rollins, but he might have an even more dangerous move this night with the pedigree.
Indeed, the pedigree made famous by a man who's been part of the story since the beginning. Triple H, the man who manipulated Rollins into turning on the Shield, became something of a father figure for Rollins.
And judging by the cerebral approach Rollins has taken tonight, he indeed knows how to play the game.
Fired hard into the corner. It crashes to the mat. Just like that, sent out of the ring. And this one's taken to the outside. Ooh.
Ooh.
Boom.
Man, what the
Off the barricade. I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
Ooh, that hurt right to the kidney.
Golly.
Moving into the ring.
Just in time to beat the count.
Everything he can do to create space here.
Superman punch from Reigns. Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother. The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half, but Braun Strowman, Reigns hits it! The champ delivering when it counts.
I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now. Rapid fire Samoan drop.
And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the tribal chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
well, there's
move
your
locked
answer.
in. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here?
I don't care what nobody said. The ref helped him.
Is Rollins going to tap here? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
He helped him, bro.
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the tribal chief past his boiling point.
Being placed in the corner here.
Superman punch by the tribal chief. Devastating maneuver by the champion.
Countering that offense.
The superstar looking to put this thing away. Pedigree. Seth with a big...
Has the champ pinned. Is this it? The champ easily stopping the count.
Where in the world does one find such... strength at this stage to kick out that early in the count?
What a reversal. Rollins being put into the guillotine. This is the biggest danger Seth has faced.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Champion.
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the tribal chief in Roman Reigns' absence, I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking. I'm the chief now! Now we all know what happened when the OG bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new rogue bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2k25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's rogue bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only bloodline. This is where the bloodline's legacy and the bloodline's future is in your hands.
The following contest is the men's war.
And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
Both of these sides have a deep and abiding hatred for one another. Solo felt he was held down. His crew never called up during Roman's time as the tribal chief.
But most of the men on Roman's side were unceremoniously removed from the bloodline courtesy of Solo Sikoa. And those who weren't have faced continued attacks from the new bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. 8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's squad tonight, and he'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
A lot to prove from the new bloodline tonight. Gentlemen, do you think they can do it?
Absolutely, Cole. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga have been competing on a different level as of late.
They have won some major matches and earned titles too, but I worry they might not be as ready for War Games as Roman's crew. There's a lot more big match experience in general on Roman's side.
Now that may be true, but Solo's side has youth and a devil-may-care attitude that can work out tremendously inside War Games. I expect Solo's side to go all out here inside this sadistic structure. Adding some extra spice to the numbers advantage by coming in armed to the teeth.
Solo Sikoa, leader of the new bloodline, has called himself the head of the table, called himself the tribal chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Roman's, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more.
Backdrop suplex.
We're going to throw a belly-to-back suplex.
He looks absolutely gassed here.
These are the moments professionals train for, when you are at your breaking point.
Back suplex into the neck breaker. And seconds left before the odds are evened here.
Foot in the corner now. Step from Benzagiri.
On the mark. Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Usi?
I think he is, Corey. Sami seems elated to be fighting alongside Jay and even Jimmy. Those are his dogs.
Reigns down an elbow in retaliation.
Textbook scoop slam. chop block without warning.
OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And that is Roman's legacy. Those names, this group, they mean something. But the bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career. And he needs to take it back tonight. Ooh-wee. Oh, what a headbutt on the mark.
Oh, man.
Taking off of the cage of this War Games match. We've got a numbers advantage incoming as the up high.
Oh, man.
Super kick. Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side is less experienced inside the structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat.
I even asked Tama backstage if he was looking forward to this match, and he just said to me,
Great journalism, though, Byron.
Thanks, Michael.
Wielding the sledgehammer, clearly feeling the power that comes with it. Good God, what force. The hammer dropped. Literally. Something might be broken.
Super kick.
Super kick finds the mark.
He's starting to look bad. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the bloodline. If he's the one that won the victory tonight, his time as the tribal chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
What a display of strength here. We're seconds away from these teams being at even strength.
From the ground up, Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline. Old bloodline, new bloodline, both sides engaging, and we see Zayn. Crucial moment for Tonga Loa.
Oh, if there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in War Games.
Many folks think Tonga Loa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tonga Loa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than War Games.
Oh, he had the wherewithal to counter Jacob.
Well, that does not look good. Yeah, it seems to have opened him up pretty bad.
Down with a leg drop.
Climbing to the top. What's
Uso?
And now here's Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy might have just finished things.
Going up the cage now. Must have some sort of strategy in mind. Flying. Gotta be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jay has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy.
Can Jacob Fatu come back from that? And the tribal chief is now entering Bloodline War Games. John Henry swinging the hammer like that. This building is rocking right now. Can you blame him?
And I don't like it, but in War Games, a one-sided brawl is all perfectly legal.
His body is showing the effects of this match.
Tossed clear across that gap and crashing down into the opposite ring. Spear!
Now Jimmy.
Jimmy with a game ender. Man, a little extra luster behind that kick.
Solo kick!
Kick to the abdomen. Got them off their feet here. Climbing up the War Games steel structure. Better be careful.
Taking flight. research that has been done with the opposing team's numbers advantage and knows that bringing in a weapon can be the ultimate equalizer.
Looking out of the ring for reinforcements.
He wants to level the playing field, and who can blame him after the last few minutes?
Coming in with the heavy hardware to even the odds.
Surely this match can't go on much longer.
The lights are out for Chicago. Braun gonna cut off the ring.
And well-timed maneuver there.
Got this one locked in extra tight. This might be it. The guillotine locked in. This is all I know.
Was an incredible count. Oh, kendo stick right to the head. Big counter from Ray. Jacob.
Will Jimmy seal this up? Jacob sidesteps that. He's slow to get up and unaware of the massive target on his back.
Oh, using that hammer like this was a track and field event.
Sandy with a big boot.
And Sandy opened it up.
Spiked.
Thomas Reigns with the corner.
Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting up from this.
Reigns got all of it.
Just a mess of wood and flesh after that.
He begins to climb the wall of the War Games cage. Here we go. Pin. Roman could put it away here. Shoulder up. Thought he had it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Both competitors showing. That could put Tama down for good.
She's starting to feel the effects of this attack.
The competitor and Tama Tonga coming through here.
And Zayn looking a bit worse. He goes for the pin.
Could this be it?
But now here's Jey Uso.
Both wrists captured. Tonga well up in a step.
Roman's shoulders are down. And going for the pin. And referee cuts off the count in one.
Still gonna take a massive effort to keep him down.
It could be all over here.
He's able to beat a 2 count.
This is insanity.
Did you expect anything less? Zayn trying to close this out. That might have done it. This could be it. And cover that for the match. They kick out at only one.
He refuses to stay.
Both wrists captured.
Man, knee strike. The back to Reigns down.
2 count. He kicks out at 2.
I mean, you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time. Starting to see the effect of those continued attacks to the core.
Yeah, I think this is going to take more than ice to recover from. He's thinking he can end it here.
And then back to Reigns. And Team Roman wins the War Games.
The new bloodline has fallen.
Here we go. First 2 combatants locked in the War Games structure. The original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline in the match beyond.
The WWE Universe has wanted to see this war for some time, gentlemen. Roman and his old guard versus Solo and the new crew.
So many questions. Can Roman's teammates put their past animosity aside? Can the rest of Solo's gang handle a match against competitors with more War Games experience?
Well, Byron, I think we'll know the answer to all those questions in just a matter of minutes. Just grounded and pounded. If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in War Games.
Many folks think Tonga Loa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tonga Loa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than War Games.
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school bloodline coming out on top?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael, but that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE could handle the new bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Uso, and work as a real team. Just one last time.
This War Games just got Uso, Zayn joining the original bloodline side. 8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay. From the top!
And landing with the double axe handle.
I think he's totally gassed.
And in these situations, it's hard to not get desperate, to start going for Hail Mary plays.
Oh, kick connects.
Bam! Ooh, stinging kick. Jacob sidesteps it. Ooh.
Drop kick right on point. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the tribal chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
New entrant about to come in, and not a moment too soon. Nice calf kick, great elevation. And for main event Jey Uso, this is as much about a mental advantage as a physical one.
Tonga Loa now entering the fray of Bloodline War Games.
Gotta be a bit tough for Jey to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jey has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jey has the title wins and big victories that earned him the main event moniker. But if he's the one to put away the new bloodline, he will truly be the main event of War Games.
And Tonga Loa got turned around there.
Superstar setting up.
Boom! What an uppercut. Jarring. OG bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And that is Roman's legacy. Those names, this group, they mean something. But the bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career. And he needs to take it back tonight.
Oh, Sami Zayn with a big boot.
Is Zayn closing this out? Here's the buzzer, and Jimmy Uso is looking for revenge against the new bloodline in War Games.
The Iron Man in, and he's looking for an ace up his sleeve now.
Body from the top.
Solo's the color leader.
Has their opponent down.
Camel clutch locked in, agonizing submission hold.
Is this one over? Is a tap out coming?
Might have.
And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Climbing into the ring. Jacob Fatu got a problem here.
You guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both bloodlines leaving it all in the ring.
The old guard and new school trading their biggest shots in one of the most dangerous environments in all of WWE.
Breaking down the opponent. Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside this structure.
Uh-oh.
I can't look.
No. From the top of the cage, right back into the carnage of the ring.
And right on the mark, too.
And with his coming entrant, the teams will officially be evened up.
Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline.
the table.
Incredible impact.
He's not interested in just evening the odds. He wants the advantage, and that weapon gives it to him.
From the top. Oh, man, he took a hard landing into the other ring.
Numbers about to be even, but not before he brings in a little backup from the outside. No surprise that what we're witnessing is trending.
Forget trending on social media. Emotion in the arena is charting on the Richter scale.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which bet Sami with a big boot. No doubt, Sami just ended this.
We might be nearing the limits. Watch out! Diving Hurricanrana!
Whoa! He's able to avoid heavy contact.
Timer's almost up. This next entry gives their team the advantage inside the cage.
Wicked kick to the face.
And the Tribal Chief is now entering Bloodline World. Top rope.
And now Jimmy Uso.
Was that all she wrote for Taka Loa?
What a match. What a match.
He's made sure the odds are above and beyond his favor now. Another one.
And would you look at that? He's been busted wide open.
This is not good. And now officially in the fray. It pays to be coming in and have more friends and foes in the cage. Table is shattered into pieces. He just has to stay down after that.
Oh, he's going to be picking splinters out for weeks. Kick to the gut. And a big right hand.
What in the world? That's a hammer. You can't just throw a hammer.
Kick to the gut.
Oh, my God. No idea how he's even able to continue in this match.
Yeah, this is troubling. Can only hold on for so long now. Holy cow! That chair came in on them fast.
Setting it up. Here it comes. The Tonga twist.
Look at Jay. His lights are off.
Wow, look at the knees. Endless knee strikes. A reversal. He saw that coming. Look out.
There's the takedown. Uh-oh.
Entering even more dangerous territory. Scaling the Wargate.
Uso.
And it's Jey Uso.
Will Jey end this?
Jey with the cover. This might do it. Pin attempt broken up. Here's the cover. I think this may... Oh, wait, no.
It's not pinning.
Terrible. We have a pin. Shoulders are down. Wow, talk about making the save. The cover for the win. Quick Zayn.
Super kick! Oh my God! Elbow throw, saying not today.
Reigns with a Superman punch. Going for the cover.
Stop.
Shoulders are down.
God damn.
Suplex. Really challenging the Tribal Chief with that.
Total disregard as he deposits him onto the metal platform.
And Jay took a solid hit that time.
That'll jam your tailbone. Ripping
Wait a second. He's going up the wall. The Extreme War Games mentality is taking over. I don't like what he's thinking here. Not one bit.
Oh, no! Just like that, Tagaloa gets stopped.
The amount of precision that went into landing that dive, it was
Roman wins War Games.
the new bloodline has fallen.
This shit is annoying.
Here we go. First two combatants locked in the War Game structure. The original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline in the match beyond.
The WWE Universe has wanted to see this war for some time, gentlemen. Roman and his old guard versus Solo and the new crew.
So many questions. Can Roman's teammates put their past animosity aside? Can the rest of Solo's gang handle a match against competitors with more War Games experience?
Well, Byron, I think we'll know the answer to all those questions in just a matter of minutes. Oh, kick right in the face. If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tagaloa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in War Games.
Many folks think Tagaloa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tagaloa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than War Games.
Right in the face.
My God.
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school Bloodline coming out on top?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael. But that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, and given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE could handle the new Bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Uzi, and work as a real team. Just one last time.
This War Games just got Uzi, Zayn, joining the original Bloodline side.
He's carrying some serious equipment into the cage with him, ready to fully exploit the numbers game.
Solo's the color leader of the new Bloodline, has called himself the head of the table, called himself the Tribal Chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Roman's, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more. What a display here. Counters on both sides. Oh, launching himself in the ropes.
Gets cracked by the overhand.
Bro, Sammy, move, bro.
Backdrop suplex.
And his head is becoming a bigger target.
Looking for a belly-to-back suplex.
Back suplex into the neck breaker. Got to be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jay has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jay has the title wins and big victories that earned him the main event moniker. But if he's the one to put away the new Bloodline, he will truly be the main event of War Games.
Nice calf kick, great elevation. What a forearm. Another vicious attack to his head.
That's the kind of offense that could ruin your whole balance.
Even more attacks to the neck and head area.
A dangerous target to have your sights set on for sure.
OG bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And that is Roman's legacy. Those names, this group, they mean something. But the bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career. And he needs to take it back tonight.
Starting to take their toll on him a little.
Yeah, Jay had him well measured.
Countdown's on and get ready because this will give one team a greater number of combatants. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much wrong.
Sammy in a tight spot.
And looking at Jacob Fatu. And that DDT was well delivered.
Jacob about to end this fight.
Take off. Lands the splash. Searching under the ring.
Oh, my goodness. Able to slip out of that one. Vicious right forearm. Old bloodline. New bloodline. Both sides engaging in a brutal battle.
Every one of these men is fighting with every fiber in their being to be considered the true bloodline. Through the ring door and adding a bit of leverage to the situation.
And guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both bloodlines leaving it all in the ring.
The old guard.
Meanwhile, we have Sami Zayn.
Jacob Fatu's got a problem here.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Lucy?
I think he is, Corey. Sami seems elated to be fighting alongside Jay and even Jimmy. Those are his dogs.
The timer is running out, and this next competitor will equalize things inside the cage. And on the big right. Oh, that hurt right to the kidney.
Golly. Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline.
Oh, what a response. 8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo Squad tonight, and he'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
Everyone is on their feet in this building.
Absolutely showing the respect for all the exertion these athletes are putting each other through.
You saw that one coming.
Springboard off the top rope. Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside this structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat.
I even asked Tama backstage if he was looking forward to this match, and he just said to me,
great journalism there, Byron. The count has started, and one team is about to have the odds in their favor. He's trying again, and looking at Jacob Fatu. That vicious streak of Jimmy Uso suddenly returned in kind there.
You can almost feel the intensity coming from Tama Tonga on that attack.
Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here?
look at the amount of members on each team now. This truly has the potential to become one-sided.
Sammy with a big boot.
No doubt, Sammy. Tonga. Tonga twist.
Does that finish Sammy off?
Setting up for something here. The cutter. Just bashing them with that hammer.
God, any one of these attacks could cause irreparable damage, but I don't think you can come back from this many.
And to Gary. He's taking in the view from the top of the War Games cage. Now what? Punch right in the head. Up high. Great catch from Roman Reigns.
Oh, that is going to leave a mark.
And Tonga won't be having a good night if he allows more offense like that.
Well, Reigns brought the fight in a major way on that exchange.
Mere seconds away from evening the odds in War Games.
And a stop to the gut, too.
And now the...
Is Zayn closing this out?
That could put Tama down for good.
Top rope.
Jimmy may have just finished things. Brilliant strategy. Even odds weren't good enough, and they just added a bit of insurance with that weapon.
He is leaving nothing to chance with these even teams. He's making sure to have any weapon at his disposal.
No escape from these punches. Running knee.
The teams are squared up, but he doesn't think that's enough, apparently. His body has to be racked with pain.
That second, maybe even third win.
Jumping DDT.
Oh, what a shot.
They're going to throw a belly-to-back suplex.
Back suplex in him.
Uso
Now looking at Jay.
crucial moment for Tonga setting it up. Uso splash. Will Jay take flying?
Just a debilitating neck breaker.
Sami Zayn looking for it.
Starting to scale up the War Games. He's got Uso splash. Will Jay end this?
Sami Zayn with a big boot.
Zayn has this wrapped up.
He's looking defenseless at this stage.
This could be the defining moment of this match for him. What does he do now?
Zayn was grounded and pounded. Ah, look at this. Just cranking it out.
Super kick.
They might be able to put this one away right here. He breaks the ref's count before 2.
Incredible resiliency.
Big punch finds its mark. Jaw-shattering boot. Oh, man, look at Tama's face. Choosing to go after the head here. Interesting strategy.
And Jay, and we see Zayn. No doubt.
Sammy going for the cover. He might just have it.
Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
He refuses to stay down.
Pure instinct. And a well-executed move we just saw there. Turns it around. And Roman fights back.
Tonga Loa looks lost out there. Could mean the end's coming soon. Tonga setting it up. Here it comes. Tonga twist.
Oh, no, he just got busted wide open.
The official needs to take a look at that.
Shoulder shoots up before 2.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank.
And out.
Inside cover. Oh, my goodness.
Bingo, about to end this fight.
It's unthinkable. Someone beating the 1 count at this point. Oh, breaking up the pin.
Starting to really struggle in this match. Ooh, what a damaging blow.
He's getting back up, straight into harm's way.
Super kick!